Today I want to go over some footwork. Now, you may not know this, but everything comes from the feet, and we pay very little attention to them, okay? You got to be ready to move, duck, roll, whatever you do with your feet on a dime, okay? So you got to have good footwork. It's very important. A lot of people, they don't pay enough attention to their feet, so today we're going to pay all the attention to our feet and focus on my favorite footwork. All right. All right, so the first one is the box stepping. We've done this before. We have a whole video on the box stepping, but I'm going to go through it kind of simple, okay? So all you're going to do is you're going to get into your fighting stance. You should know your fighting stance. Gosh, I keep saying we're going to do a video on stances. We'll get to that some other day. But here, you're in your fighting stance. Whatever your fighting stance is, your fighting stance. But this is my fighting stance, and I'm going to do it from my fighting stance. You know, there's lots of fighting stances. Everybody has their own fighting stance. You got fighting stance over here, fighting stance over there, and everybody's right. And this is my fighting stance, okay? It's kind of like a mix between a boxer and a just kickboxing stance. Okay, so we're here. Hands up, box stepping. All you're going to do is you're going to go forward, back, left, right. And you're only going to move about an inch or two with your feet, okay? Whatever direction I am going, I'm going to start with the foot that is closest to that direction. So when I go forward, start with my front foot. Move an inch, back foot goes an inch. Boom. Okay, simple, right? When I go back, reverse. Since I'm going back, I'm going to start with my back foot. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Good. When I go to the left, I'm going to start with the closest appendage to the left, which is my left foot. Boom. When I go to the right, opposite. Okay, and this is your basic box stepping drill. Forward, back, left, right. Okay, good. There's your box stepping. The next one is the gallop step. So I'm not going to just fight people like this, okay? I got to move, so the gallop helps you do that. Right here, I'm pushing off the back foot to go forward. When I go backwards, I'm pushing off the back foot. You notice I'm not coming up high, okay? I'm sliding my feet. I'm keeping myself nice and low. Boom, boom, okay? When you go to the side, I see people that like to basically side shuffle like this. This is okay, except for you're giving yourself a bigger target. So I like to do it in my lead, okay? Of course, you can see this one's a little bit faster, okay? Next, pendulum step. Pendulum step I like to use when I'm getting in close. This helps me cover more ground, okay? So instead of a bunch of boop, 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 I can get one pendulum step and get my ground, okay? Cover some more ground. I use this one a lot to get in. So here, all you're doing is you're taking your back foot, putting it up next to your front foot, and then stepping with your front foot, okay? Two things you don't want to do with your pendulum step. Number one, don't move with your head like this. See how my head came forward, right? I want to move with my hips. I want to leave my head aligned with my hips, so I'm here. Boom. My head moved very little on that one. I mean, it still moves, but it's different than this, yes? So keep your head aligned with your stance and your hips. Okay? Boom. And then I step forward. Okay? Another thing people like to do is they like to straighten their legs when they do it. They'll go like that. Don't do that. Keep a good bend in your knees, okay? Try to keep your head level. Boom, boom. Forward, boom, back, boom. Pendulum step. You see this a lot with kicking, right? I can pendulum, get that front leg up there, ready to bring the pain. Woo! All right, good. Next one. What is the next one? Oh, shuffle in. Another one of my favorites to get across the line here. So all I'm going to do, I have a little bit more weight on my front foot than my back foot. So when I lift my front foot, it's a controlled fall, right? I lift, I have nowhere to go but forward, okay? So quite a bit different than if I have more weight on my back foot, I lift, and I just kind of hang out right there. Oh, that's like an old school cat stance. Yeah, that's right. I know that. Okay. Anyways, so I have a little bit more weight on my front foot. When I lift, right before my foot hits the ground, I push off my back foot. Boom. And I'm just taking some space. It's a beautiful thing, right? Ooh, it's a good one. Good. That's all we're doing. Forward, lift up the front foot, push off the back foot. Whoop. Backwards, lift off the back foot, push off the front foot. Whoop, say that 10 times fast. Forward, lift off the front foot. What? Okay, yeah, you get the idea, okay? Pendulum step. No, that was the shuffle in, shuffle step. Good. Step 45, this one's pretty easy. I'm just basically going to shuffle in at a 45-degree angle. Whoop. Okay. Now, those of us that know striking or know martial arts in general, we know that angling is very important. So the more ways you have to take angles, the better. Well, I guess that's not necessarily true. If you have 100 different ways to take angles and you suck at all of them, that's probably not a good idea. But if you have 3 different ways to take angles and you're pretty good, it's like life, give and take, right? So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to step 45 here, keeping as if I'm fighting somebody at 12 o'clock. Boom, I'm right here. And then, of course, I can square up with them, and we'll get into the quarter step after that, right? This way, boom. Step 45, boom. Step 45, pushing off the back foot from the ball of my foot, landing to the ball of the foot on my front foot. Now, when I go to my right, which would be to my opponent's left, I see people do this all the time, and this works great for other people. They still lead with the front foot, but what I don't like about this is, I'm kind of exposing my lead shoulder here, and I have to round, right, to face my opponent. I mean, this works. People, especially people that are good at spinning techniques, and especially if you're using spinning techniques, this is great. But if I'm trying to take an angle and keep my fisticuffs facing my opponent, then I'm going to just do what's called a step through, and that's our next one, okay? Step through, I'm going to step through with my back foot 45 degrees, boom, and then I just adjust my front foot for my stance, okay? Here, boom, boom. Boom, boom, okay? And you can step through, any way you want. It doesn't just have to be 45 degrees. And I'll show you how I like to put these together later on, and you'll see how we use that. So the step through, taking my back foot, stepping through, okay? Step through, boom, boom. And you can see I'm getting some good ground here, boom, boom. Although, you got to time it correctly, add it in with your combos, because, if you're anything worth your salt, you're fighting somebody, you see them do this, right? You can kind of see it from a mile away. But if you got your timing right, you're setting yourself up with your combos, it's very good. Step through, okay? Good. Drop step. Drop step is awesome. So with the drop step, what you're going to do is you're going to have in your lead stance, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my back foot and shoot it back. Boom. This is good for like a level change, right? If I'm doing a 1-2 drop step, boom, just like so. This is also very good for you grapplers out there. Everybody who knows BJJ, I won't say everybody, maybe not a white belt. When do people start teaching white belts drop step? But if you know grappling, you know the drop step, okay? And the drop step is good for other things other than just grappling. But you're here. I see people do it 2 different ways. Do you know what a glass horse stance, those of us who have trained classical martial arts or traditional martial arts, the glass horse stance is I'm going to load my front foot like with a bunch of weight. Then my back foot, I'm on the heel, and my toes are 45 degrees, both going the same direction. I see people do it that way. Boom. I don't like that. It's just too much. I like to have my knees bent, boom, kind of like... I don't know, you remember those tiger stances from back in the day? We don't need to get into that, but kind of like a long one of those. Drop step. I'm trying to take my base lower, okay? You use this for all kinds of stuff, right? Good, you know what I'm talking about. Drop step. Okay, we got 3 more. Next one is a switch step. Those of you that know the switch kick, then you already know the switch step. But the switch step, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front foot and switch it with my back foot. And now I have switched my step, okay? What I see a lot of people do with this is this. Like, yeah, awesome. I switched my feet. Yeah, I mean, technically you did. But you looked like a jackass doing it, and you did it all wrong. Okay, so this is how I tell people to do it who are first learning it. And then you need a little bit of help. So you're in your lead stance. All you're going to do is you're going to take your front foot, bring it next to your back foot. And then you're going to step with your front foot, okay? Simple, okay? Moving from the balls of your feet. Whoop. Okay? So now, once we get this down, whoops, I'm just kind of sliding my front foot back. Whoop. Okay? Now, once you get it down, I want you to think more about pushing your body weight from the front foot. Boom. See how I kind of push off the ball of my foot and give myself a little momentum coming forward? Boom. Okay? And especially if I'm trying to set this up for the switch kick, right? You want that momentum driving your body forward. So switch step, boom, right there. Go right back to your stance. Good. Set yourself a timer for about an hour. Boom. Get about 1,000 of these reps in. It's a good thing. Switch step. Good. We got 2 more here. The back pedal. Those of you that are Muhammad Ali fans, you know what the back pedal looks like. This might be a little different, but maybe not. Either way, back pedal looks like this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do half circles right here. And I'm going back, right? That's all I'm doing. Hands are up, sliding my feet. Good. Of course, this is good for a retreat. Why? I had someone ask me, Michael, why do you do the circles? Why not just go backwards? And I said, dude, that's the stupidest question I ever heard. Why'd you ask that? Get out of my school. But then I told him I was just kidding, and I answered the question. So why circles? Because if you get caught, you want to have a good base. I'm doing half circles, so my base is a good size, nice and wide. Boom. As opposed to if I go back, right, my base is a little bit more narrow. Okay? So that's why you do the half circles. Dick. Okay, anyways. Last one here, the quarter step. Quarter step goes like this. You're going to pivot off that front foot and take a quarter step with the back foot. Boom, boom. Now, obviously, this is to get off line and change your angle. And I'll show you how I like to put together a bunch of these and help you learn how to put them together and make your own little footwork routines. But from here, a lot of times what I like to do too is do that 45 step and then circle out, because, you know, if someone's coming in and I leave my foot here and I circle out, there's still a chance, you know, they're going to run into my leg. So I'll step 45 first, then quarter step. Now, one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to quarter step too much with that back foot. A lot of time I see people do this, okay? And then they're like falling over, and they're like, Michael, I can't do it, it doesn't work. And I'm just like, it's because you're doing it wrong, bro, okay? But so what you want to do, if you want to think about, first off, you should know your base. You should know it well. You should know it in and out, okay? You shouldn't have to think about it, although we all start from the beginning, so some of us are still having trouble with that. I'm going to give you a little cue. A way to know when to stop with your back foot when you quarter step is that moment where you feel like, okay, if I go any more, it's just stupid. Hopefully that helps. This is like, what is this, like a twisted stance or something? So there's a point where I know, okay, that's just not good for my knee anymore. Whoop, let's go ahead and pivot out on the ball of the foot, okay? And generally what you would like to do is end in the same base. See that? Good. Now, these are simple footwork drills. You need to know your footwork drills, you need to know them well, and then you need to put your hands together with your footwork drills, okay? So in coming up video, I'm going to show you my favorite combos, and then the one after that, I'm going to show you how I put them into the footwork drills, okay? But for now, think about how to put them together. So you can pick any 3 that you want, or 2, or 4, or 5, but we're going to pick 3. And then put them together. For instance, let's talk about the gallop. Okay. Let's talk about the step through. Boom. And then let's talk about, let me do that over. The quarter turn. Okay, quarter step. So putting them together, and you can put them together in any range, right? Any order. You can put them together in any order, okay? But I'm going to start with the gallop step, to my step through, to my quarter turn. See how I did that, right? Gallop step to step through to quarter turn. gallop, step, step through the quarter turn. Boom, boom. Good, I'm adding a little shuffle back there too. Boom, boom, step through, quarter turn, boom, shuffle back. Good. So you get the idea there, right? Let's put it together in a different way. We'll do a quarter turn, step through, shuffle step. Let's do that one. It can be any order, right? Boom, step through, boom. Good. Try right here. Slow motion. Nice bike, bro. Quarter turn, step through, shuffle, boom. Okay? So just think about any order, change them up. Another thing I'll do is I'll take like a dice, and I'll take like my 6 favorite ones. You take that dice, you roll it, boom. Whatever comes up, that's the footwork I'm doing, right? Whatever number comes up, whatever footwork is with that number. Do I have dice here? I think I do. Hold on. Yeah. So, see, I got my die here, right? Right here. Oh, just kidding. Okay. So let's say number two is the gallop. Number 3, pendulum. Well, let's just go in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So if I roll it, right? First one is number 2, which is the gallop step. Roll it. Second one. Number 4, the shuffle in. Good. Last one, gallop, shuffle in. And number 2, gallop again. So that's it. Gallop, shuffle in, gallop. So remember the gallop is here. Okay. Boom. Shuffle in is here. Okay. And then gallop again. You can gallop forward, you can gallop back. And since I'm got 2 of the same, I'll go forward for 1 and back for the other. Okay. So I got my gallop, boom, 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 gallop, shuffle in, and gallop. Those kind of look the same, don't they? Yeah, that was sucks. So from here, I got my gallop, shuffle in, good, and then gallop back. There we go. Gallop, shuffle in, and then back. Boom, boom. Okay, so you get the idea. Way to be creative with your training. Those of us that have been doing this long enough, we know, geez, man, I just get bored sometimes. And if you don't have an awesome coach, like changing things up for you, giving you different ideas, challenging you, like you have to get creative on your own and make it happen. So there it is, my friends. Whew. You remember Micro Machines? If you're, I don't know, I was a wee little lad when I used to play with those. I said, I was doing a class today, speaking fast, like I was doing this, and I said to my young one, if it's not Micro Machines, it's not the real thing. And he went, what? That's funny. All right. Anyways, so footwork, it's important. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it a lot. You should take some time throughout the week and focus on only footwork. You should take some time throughout the week and start tying it together with your combinations, and then just go out and fight. You know? Just go get beat up and go beat somebody up. Make sure it's consensual, okay? Because you got to put this stuff into play. You got to practice it. You got to know what works. You got to know what you need to work on, and you got to know how to do those things well. All right, footwork, get it done. And I'm not even going to say like and subscribe anymore because I just feel like a poser when I do that. So do whatever the hell you want.